Hi everyone, my name is Aman Singh Tomar. In the previous video, we have added the email authentication in our React application. Link is given in the description and on the I button. And today in this video, we will add the Google authentication in our application. If you stuck somewhere, then you can follow this GitHub repository. The link is given in the description. So let's go to the Firebase, click on authentication, sign in method and add the new provider. Click on the Google. For Google authentication, we have to enable this Google authentication provider. By default for you, this email is not selected, so you have to select your own email. Let's click on save. Now our Google provider has been added in the Firebase console. So let's move to our code. So if you don't know about this code that is written on firebase.js file, then you can watch my video integrate Firebase with React. The link is given in the description and on the I button. So for Google authentication, we have to import one class, Google Auth provider. When we call this class with the help of new method, then it returns us an object that contains everything that we needed for Google authentication. So let's write the code. Const provider is equal to new Google Auth provider. This provider has everything that we needed. So let's export it. So for Google authentication, we needed two objects. One is auth object and the provider object. Let's go to our login page. I have already created the Google button. So when we click on this Google button, this handle Google button method will invoke and we have to write our logic here. So for Google authentication, Firebase provides us a method, sign in with pop-up. This method takes two parameters. One is auth object and second is provider. So we have both the objects in this file, the auth one and the provider. So let's write it here, auth and this provider. This method returns us a promise. So let's handle the promise. If the sign in is successful, then we will get the result in the then method. So we will console it, console.log our result. If the sign in is successful, then we will route it to the dashboard. Router dashboard. If there is any error, then we will catch it. We will have an error object, and this error object has two values. One is error.code, which provides us an error code, and second is error message, error.message. So now let's check the UI. Let's click on the Google sign up button. It is asking us an email to choose, so I will choose code with AS. When it successfully signed in, it is redirected to dashboard and the result object has been printed. So the operation type is sign in. The provider ID is google.com. So in this provider ID, we will get this sign in method. So for example, if you are doing sign in with the Facebook, then the provider ID will be facebook.com. Let's open the user object. In the user object, we get the display name of the user, email ID. Email is already verified. Photo URL also there. So by using this URL, you can also get the photo of the user. And this provider data has all of the required information of the user. So that's how we can add the Google authentication in our application. If you have any doubt, you can write down in the comment section and I will reply on it. If you are new to my channel, then I just want to let you know one thing. I have already covered the dashboard functionality in my previous video of email authentication. The link is also given in the description. So in that video, we have covered the sign out process and the onAuthStateChanged listener. That's why I did not cover these features in the Google authentication. So if you want to know about the onAuthStateChanged and sign out method, then you can watch that particular video. Thank you for watching this video.